Affiliate Day. Thank you so much for all of the team that invited me to speak over at this event. I'm super excited. It's my first time actually meeting Affiliate Day and all of the team. And they've been more than amazing. And this would be the first time that I'm not only going to share specifically my multiple accounts strategy that generated over $1 million for my own brand, I'm also going to first expose my health vitamins, supplements brand. It's been such an amazing journey. I have such an amazing team with me, and this is the time to say thank you to all of my team, which helped me basically generate over $1 million over less than half a year, which is more than amazing. We didn't knew how to e-com as well as we do now when we first started. So this has been such an amazing journey in terms of like everything that we had to experience, the challenges that I'm going to share with you today. So again, thank you Affiliate Day. I really hope you enjoy this one. Let's get started. First of all, so many of you probably don't know me. I'm going to introduce myself, but first let's talk about what I'm going to talk about with you today, guys. I'm going to share my multiple account strategy and how I generated over $1 million in revenue in just 5 months using this method. This method has been such a crucial key part in my strategy with this brand. I can't even start to explain it to you. It's such a big thing. So make sure you listen, make sure you take notes, make sure you implement it. I don't know if you guys know me or not. I'm going to do a small intro. The reason I call myself the Wolf is first of all because it's hard to pronounce my name, Maor. A lot of people can't pronounce it right in English. And second of all, because I'm the Wolf. Okay, so what really differentiates me from other marketers is the fact that I am a business owner, an agency, and affiliate. I also own my own brands. I have multiple companies that are technological companies, and I also share my knowledge on YouTube and stuff, which I'm going to talk to you today. I also own a fitness center in Israel, and I also have a small boutique network which we strategize with affiliates on how to run stuff. The reason why you should listen to me would be the fact that I'm actually the geek that sits in front of the computer running the campaigns myself using my own money. Okay, I don't know how many guys are speaking and talking about other people's campaigns, other people's brands, other people's money. Okay, I'm the guy who sets up the campaigns, I'm the guy who structures the campaigns, I'm the guy who optimizes. I'm actually running all the stuff. And I actually tested everything that I'm going to share with you today. This is not something that was something that I used like 5 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe my team did it. This is something that I didn't even like really tested this year. I'm using it and currently running stuff using this method. So I'm sharing everything I know, and hopefully you'll appreciate it. And just subscribe to my YouTube channel. The reason I'm doing it is because I truly believe that all digital marketing knowledge should be free. So please, please, please take the time, get inside my YouTube channel and subscribe. Okay? I'm going to show you with some blurring because I don't want to share everything, but yes, this is as real as it gets. You're going to see how I generated over $1 million in revenue. I'm going to show you that I didn't edit. This is not Photoshop. I'm going to show you how I did it this year, or from December, whatever I decide when I edit this video. Okay, so this talk is going all the way from like the really essential stuff that advanced marketers might get bored with and they already know, to the more advanced stuff, because you know guys, I'm the Wolf. So basically this video is packed with really amazing information, and I'm going to speak pretty quick, so I'll manage to squeeze as much as possible, and also because I hate it when people record videos that are really slow. So if you want, you can always go back, watch it on my YouTube or in Affiliate Days replays, okay? So what we're going to cover today. First of all, we're going to cover the challenges, whatever I faced, the transition between being an affiliate to a brand owner. We're going to talk about the general benefits in running multiple accounts. We're going to talk about how I did specifically my structure, what I did in Google, in natives, in Facebook, in those stuff. We're going to make some conclusions, and then, like always, I'm going to share with you some wolf tips. Okay, so let's start. So yeah, we're going to talk about the challenges. So first of all, let me tell you a bit about this project. This is the first time when I actually said, okay, I always said that I don't want to deal with physical products, but I do believe that I need to take my game a step further. I need to take my marketing knowledge, stop making money for others, stop making money on the short term like an affiliate, and start dealing with physical products and really start building my own brand. So let's do that. Let's deal with physical products, and also let's do it while building a major brand, and let's do it on the hardest one, if not the most saturated markets there are out there, which is the United States. I mean, I've built brands before. Some of them are even live today, and most of them made money, but I never had to deal with so much new stuff. So I had to learn tons of new stuff that I never dealt with before, from Amazon to building a customer service, from influencer marketing to managing publishers that send traffic over to my product, and of course actually developing the formulas and products. So because I didn't want to use any white labels, I wanted to do the full A to Z, so I had to learn a lot of stuff and get better at a lot of stuff. The biggest challenge was the transition between an affiliate to a brand owner. Okay, I think the biggest challenge in terms of like the transition was the mindset change. How do I change from being an affiliate who only cares about the ROI and is making a lot more shorter time decisions to playing a longer game where the average order value, the AOV, and the lifetime value, LTV or CLTV, really matters, but where I'm actually building a brand here, right? So that's probably one of the hardest transitions an affiliate has to make if he wants to build a brand. Just a small example would be that if you might have a campaign that's breaking even or losing money, but you measure the traffic's attribution and it's making a lot of good reviews, for example, or converting elsewhere, that's something that you would kill as an affiliate but keep as a brand owner. So that's a part of like the decisions that you have to make as the brand owner and actually making those small changes. But also the big mindset change wasn't like stop chasing, it was to stop chasing after the shorter term money, understanding that I have to invest, I have to lose, I have to act more like a conservative type of business. So what brings me to the biggest challenge I had to make, and that's something I urge you to do. Make sure you have everything set up in a way where you can actually measure conversions, late conversions, and their whole funnel. Okay, it's about tracking, and tracking. Okay, especially when you come from running other products, other offers. I talked about the attribution, how you measure this first click on the top of the funnel, and how you measure it till the end. You need to make sure you set up everything, okay? The other challenge I faced was how to scale platforms that are harder to scale but have amazing traffic, like Facebook example, and how in this policy crazy world where everything is getting banned all over the place, I make sure that I keep traffic going at all times, even when Facebook decides to ban my account. I saw that every other time when I publish new ads on Facebook, I'm getting banned and the account gets released after. And I saw that every edit I'm making on native platforms, I'm getting my creatives rejected, and I have to go through the process of talking to my natives rep. I have to talk to my Facebook rep. Sometimes they release the account, sometimes they have some hard time with it. So I had to deal with those stuff. And by the way, when I talked before about attribution and stuff like that, you have to make sure you have all the pixels set up in place, which is super essential, but you do have to make sure that you have all of the tracking set up, the integrations between the platforms, so you get the costs inside. And also you want to maybe extend the time frame that you measure conversions. You can always measure conversions in a view window and a click window in a 1 day, 7 days, sometimes 14 days, 30 days, and stuff like that. So you want to optimize according to a lot of stuff. You just don't kill an ad if you see late conversions, but maybe it doesn't convert 24 hours after someone's clicked on it. I also felt like I was missing something in terms of like the A/B testing that I was doing. What advertorials, pre-landers I was sending traffic to, and I just wanted to take it to the next level. Okay, so that was a part of the challenges I faced. But finally, the final reason that got me into testing accounts all over these platforms was the fact that I noticed that every time I add new campaign, and it didn't matter whether it was on native, Google, or Facebook, it had a direct impact on the other campaigns that were currently running immediately. Like immediately, as soon as I launched that campaign, I saw it affecting, and it affected in a different way in every platform. Some platforms, the campaigns that were already converting and getting amazing traffic stopped, or it basically killed them. Some of them just got like the CPA way up, and I just understood that maybe 24 after I publish and launch new campaigns on the same accounts, I would see and change the results for the old campaigns. And since I already had winning campaigns and I didn't want to destroy them, I knew I had to come up with a solution who won't destroy my other campaigns who are already generating money, and just take it to the next step and scale up. So let's talk about the benefits of multiple accounts, and I already told you why I decided to do it and what the challenges that brought me into this solution. Now let's talk about the benefits, okay? So there are so many benefits to having and using multiple accounts. I mean, if you're going to run a campaign on the long run, or if that campaign is highly scalable, there is no reason why not to do it, honestly. The only downside to it would be the fact that it might take you a bit more time to set it up initially, and it will take you a bit more time to manage and optimize those campaigns. But outside of that, if you're not afraid of some hard work, the rest is basically benefits. That's what I can remember right now. To be honest, I can't even remember a downside to it. So the obvious benefits relate to the challenges I told you before. You get to be a lot more scalable, and you get a lot of stability. If one account gets down on Facebook, you don't really lose traffic for that specific day. You still have at least 1 or 2 more accounts that are generating conversions for you. But outside of that, I also discovered that on certain platforms where you are limited by CTR mainly, like native platforms like Taboola, like Outbrain, the system is going to push you even more. So if you found a couple of small good publishers, or even big publishers, but you are capped because of your bids or because of your CTR, you potentially can get a lot more of that good converting and cheap traffic. So that's just a quick win. And maybe the essential stuff when you need to or want to scale up and just like generate more of the same if it's converting already good for you. And also you get a lot more control in terms of like the CTR, because you can basically optimize through creatives on that same publisher. So different creatives whom you might kill on other sites would be good for you on that specific publisher potentially. So on platforms like Google, when you want to test campaigns like smart campaigns, that would basically take over all of the other campaigns, okay? When you launch a smart campaign on Google, it just sucks the life out of the shopping campaigns and stuff like that, because it just automates everything and allocates all of the resources the algo has into that smart campaign. So it would take over all of the other campaigns. So if you had shopping campaigns, these are highly likely to be underserving from the point that you open up this smart campaign. So using multiple accounts would help you get over it, because you can run a smart campaign on one account potentially and running the other campaigns on another account. So on platforms where the discovery process is different and may give different results, like Google's GDN, the display network, YouTube ads, discovery ad, but even when using the native platform's pixel like Tabula's smart bid, you're going to get different results each time that you run the campaign. So and let the algo run and find you people who may convert. This means that campaigns that are working good for you in the first account might not work as good on the second account, but that also brings more opportunities to test stuff that didn't work before on the first account, or just new things that you want to test. On more sensitive platforms like Facebook, you'll just be able to run the same audiences on different accounts without causing the price or CPM to rise because of audience overlap. So that's a quick solution to audience overlapping on Facebook, also one of the big benefits. One of the biggest benefits I found was testing different structures on different accounts. The options and creativity here, guys, the sky's the limit. I mean, like, it's almost limitless, sorry. You can decide that one account is only running, if we're talking about Google, for example, one account is only running smart campaigns, and one would be able to run the shopping network, because when you open up smart campaigns on Google, that would kill the impressions on the other shopping campaigns. So you can decide that one account would just be a campaign that's running the shopping network, and the other one would be smart campaign that includes the shopping network as well. And also you can decide in terms of targeting that one account would be just a run of network and no targeting, and just use the algo to test and just help it explore. And the other one would be a lot more narrow targeted, maybe in-market audiences, maybe costume intents and stuff like that. And as I said, the creativity here is really on a high level. So how I structured my campaigns, okay? So I first started testing with Google, okay? That's the first place I wanted to test it. And since I had some placements and good specific in-market targetings and campaigns that were working really good in terms of CPA, I wanted to see how I can scale them, but because I felt that I'm reaching like the glass ceiling basically and I can't scale them. So later on I started making changes to the structures, but I ended up editing the whole structure, meaning after I understood the potential that was in this kind of structure, I decided to rebuild all of my campaigns across all platforms, and here is what worked for me the best, okay? So what I did with Google was that I basically tested, I had a testing account plus search campaigns, and another campaign, just because I kept the search campaigns initially because they were already generating money and I didn't want to double serve and like cause policy issues. So that testing account was with the search campaigns already. And the other account and the other campaigns that I set up on that account, on the second account, was for scaling whatever worked. So I ended up running automatic campaigns like smart campaigns and moved up to just like run-off network campaigns on each network with an optimization that took some time to work, but since I was already talking and taking these really good combinations and placements and running on them, I was able to scale them dramatically because I didn't auto-optimize my creatives, I rotated them, so I was able to really test the true CTR in these specific placements and targetings, and therefore scale them and get a lot of more of that good, really good CPA that those placements and targetings generated for me. So that's something I did with winning YouTube channels, discovery keywords on YouTube, placements on GDN, and just like targeting even with some Gmail campaign. For the other account, I did use a different domain, I have to say that, just because I was scared of double serving and policy issues, but I'm going to talk about it in a few seconds. On natives, just like Google, what I did with my natives account was that one account was researching what works, and then I used the second account just for scaling that first one. I tried using fixed bid with the second account, but it was just like a hit or miss. The publishers where it really worked good, I was able to generate a lot more traffic and conversion since I A/B tested the winning variations of the creatives, and I was able to generate a lot more CTR and improved the CTR basically than the original campaigns on the same publishers. With Facebook, I did it a bit different than what I did with natives and Google. I wanted to take advantage of the fact that I could run on these same audiences and not overlap. So I mainly tested creatives between them, and with the third account, I was just using the existing posts to scale more of whatever was working. So this helped me scale so dramatically, guys. It was crazy, because that was the main reason why I ended up thinking about it, Facebook, right? So the first account on Facebook was basically lookalikes, 1 to 3%. I tried some cold and prospecting. It was mainly running on automatic bidding, and I was just optimizing through the creatives. The second account was winning lookalikes with just targeted cold traffic on a cost manual kind of bid. It's not really manual, but it's kind of like automatic with cap. And the third one was just one CBO campaign with winning creatives and the targetings from the first and second account. So I didn't generate new posts. I was just using the existing post IDs. And this is how I managed to really overcome Facebook's two biggest challenges, which is, first of all, the policy, and second of all, the scalability thing. Conclusions, okay? So I do recommend that you do that, but only after you've launched a campaign and recognized that this campaign has the right potential. You don't want to end up really burned up from just setting all of these accounts all day, okay? You wanna work, I know you wanna grind, I know you wanna hustle, but in this industry you can get yourself burned so fast. Make sure you do it smartly, okay? So use this method wisely and know that it would take you a lot of time to get the right structure that would give you all the benefits that I was talking about in this presentation. But if you're into building a brand and you're playing the long run game, then that's definitely something I can recommend to you. Let's give you some wolf tips. I know you guys are looking for them wolf tips. Let's start, okay? So the first wolf tip of the day. I said it before on the first part of the presentation, tracking was and is one of the biggest challenges I had to crack here, and I urge anyone who's doing the same, do not start running this type of offer and brand without the proper tracking apps. This means that you want to integrate your tracker with all the platforms, and trackers nowadays really connect through the platforms like Facebook, Google, natives like Taboola and Outbrain through the API, so you don't only see the option of really posting back server to server pixels and conversions, but you get to see the impact and costs of each platform inside one dashboard. And you want to associate those late conversions to one or two platforms. You want to make sure that you do that. And I think you'll be surprised by using a server-to-server pixel with platforms like Facebook on how much data and conversion data you've missed. You also want to see on the long run how much money each platform has generated in each campaign. And what I found, for example, was that a lot of the cheaper traffic that was coming from GDN and Google's Discovery Network generated a lot of SMS, email, and push data that later converted. So I'm not really giving you a lot of practical or name or app names right here, but I am telling you the tracking is important. That might be another talk, but I am telling you the tracking is super important. I know you guys want to start the campaigns, you're anxious to start running. Make sure you take the time, set everything up properly, because you're going to end up paying for it later on. The second wolf tip. This is not actually a tip, but I just know that I'm going to get some comments regarding what's the policy on each platform regarding the same campaign, essentially on the same platform. So first of all, let me just say that technically, if you're not using the same IP address and username and not using the same domain and credit card, then you are basically not double serving technically. You are not running the same campaign twice. Second, I can tell you that a lot of really big brands, and some of them you'll even be amazed, are running this way, and it's not something that is out there, at least I haven't seen it. Specifically, if I have to address each platform, I can tell you those things. On Google, as long as you don't double serve on the search network, there shouldn't be any problem. On Facebook, I've never heard of such problem or someone who got banned. On natives, as long as you have a good rep and as long as you A/B test other types of creatives, for example, video versus images on each account, there is no problem. And of course, it also helps if you have any type of rep on any type of platform. So yes, it might seem wrong, but it's okay and it works good. We're here to make money. Third wolf tip. If you have the option, when you're opening multiple accounts and running on Facebook, make sure you also run with different Facebook pages. That should eliminate all overlapping and would help you with serving your ads twice to smaller audiences, like smaller segments like retargeting, maybe lookalike audiences and stuff like that in a more smaller markets. The fourth wolf tip, okay? A lot of people are into really narrow targeting and really want to pickpocket, like really narrow laser target everything, and they end up sometimes with really amazing campaigns, and with low CPA that is generating money, but they have no option of scaling them, okay? So you should definitely try some run-of-network campaigns on Google. The downside is that it may take up to 2 weeks. It really depends on the amount of conversions you are generating for the system to really optimize accordingly. But once it gets there, you will be able to optimize according to the target CPA, the TCPA, and really get a lot of GDNs or Discovery Network or YouTube's amazing ocean of traffic. And that's it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel so I would keep making these free videos for you. It takes me a ton of time. If you've reached this point, I know you're a part of the Wolf community. It's really important for me to say thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, or whatever below. Thank you so much again. Bye.